here's the thing that's like, here's the big secret to Aristotle. All the problems that we think what we see in Aristotle, he's already seen them. He's already anticipated them.
I'm sure. But it's
Um,
like that's the thing about it. The three of us not even being half as smart as one of you is like when you read Aristotle, like there's something more about like your perception of this. Like you see the things that we all like we've read the same text. Like
well,
we've
not as
read
many times. Like I've
maybe
read this
not.
text. I read the I when I was at TAC. I mean, this is me. This is not
Mhm.
what was asked by the school. I would
Yeah.
reread the whole philosophy curriculum every summer, every year, up to the point that we've gotten. So freshman year, the summer after freshman year, I reread the reread the whole logic one. So after sophomore year, I reread logic and natural philosophy. So reread uh, the up to the point we got to the physics, and I reread De Anima. Then after junior year, I reread logic. I reread um, uh, the physics up to the point we got. Reread De Anima. I read the ethics, and I read up to the point of the politics. And then after I graduated, I did all of that plus metaphysics through the points that we got, De Ente, and St. Thomas's commentary. It's like that was me.
Yeah.
I was just like, I
Man,
love this stuff. I
I wish
think
I had
it's
that
the
sort of
most brilliant
motivation.
thing I've ever read, and I just kept that up. I just reread it over and over again because I thought
Yeah.
to myself, this is the yeah. There's I know I'm getting more and more, and I know there's much more to get. So I
Yeah.
will just keep doing it.
And I think you're absolutely right. I mean, I've at least read enough that I can say that Aristotle has seen these problems already.
He's seen
Like
them.
he gets them,
Yeah.
and
I'm not smart
I'm trying
enough
to
to
figure
see a
out some of
problem
his.
that Aristotle wouldn't have seen himself.
Yeah, and
I
just
trust
still
that there
trying to
are
figure out
people
his
who are that
answers
smart.
sometimes.
I trust
Yeah,
that
there
there are people
probably
who are that
are.
wise,
It's
but
just not
I'm
me.
not one of them.
Yeah, yeah.
So
That was why I was having another meeting. I was on the phone again with another guy from the Institute for Advanced Physics today.
mhm.
Which again, I like what they're doing in physics, in mathematical physics. I think they get it right there. But
Mhm.
we were talking today about trying to do stuff with our curriculum, and they're trying to they're trying to take over and do stuff that I'm trying to tell you. One, I don't have the room for it, and two, trust me, our students are getting this in their study of logic, in their study of natural philosophy, before they get to the more particularized form of physics. And the guy actually had the stones to say to me, he was talking about was Aristotle is useless for modern man, post scientific, man. I said, I asked, when was the last time you read Aristotle's physics? I've never read Aristotle's physics. And I mean, I kind of hit the ceiling.
There it is.
We
There it
were
is.
like, I was like, I'm trying not to insult you because I'm trying to work with you guys to help us develop our curriculum. But I was like, you're going to say that you're going to say to me that Aristotle's useless when you're right now saying you've never even read his work on natural philosophy.
Mhm.
And it's like, oh, it's just frustrating, but
Yeah, I mean, that's my frustration too. Whenever people like at these conferences, we've gone to these conferences together and stuff.
hmm,
These people that write critical papers on Aristotle,
and St.
they
Thomas.
and Thomas, yeah, they presume to know better than him,
Mhm.
when in fact they should approach him with a spirit of humility. It's like, hey, this guy knows better than I. He could think circles around me,
Mhm.
and maybe if I see a problem, it's my fault and not his.
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah.
like maybe
I
maybe it's me. Like that's the first attitude you should have.
Mhm.
Um, and then when every other avenue has been exhausted, then you can say, all right, maybe he got something off. Then maybe
Maybe.
it's probably still me, but maybe
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
but
uh,
you can't publish anything that defends Aristotle or Thomas.
no, I mean, yeah, that's why I'm so sick of
Mhm.
that whole. I mean, like when we were the first ACPA I went to, I think we you had gone to one before I did, but we
No,
went to
no.
one together. I
No.
think it was the Dallas one.
Yeah, that
Uh,
was the first one I went to was in San Diego.
okay, yeah.
So you had
Uh,
been to the one in Dallas the year before.
oh, okay. So okay. Well, I can't. Well, now I can't remember. I feel like okay. So maybe. But there was that guy who was talking about the categories and his approved paper for presentation was how Aristotle's categories was wrong because relation isn't one of the 10 highest genera.
Oh yeah, relation was a transcendental. Yeah, that got published as that actually got published as in the ACPQ a little bit afterwards. I forget
No,
who the
it
guy,
wasn't relation as
forget
a
who the guy was.
transcendental. It was relation as
Oh,
not a category.
oh, interesting. Okay.
Like less than a category. He's like, he's just wrong to enumerate it here.
Ah, I don't recall. I don't recall that, but okay, that's interesting.
Relation as a transcendental is more forgivable a mistake, but that's wrong too. But this was just no. His claim was everything that you say is a relation can be put in another category more neatly. So
yeah, that had to have been that had to be the year before I went to one because yeah, I don't remember that. But.
It's like that. Oh yeah, you're an Aristotelian. I follow the 10 categories except for relation. I don't really. You follow the 9 categories.
That's right.
Oh yeah, I don't believe in God, but
God, yeah,
I follow the 10 commandments.
You mean
so you follow the 7 commandments?
That's right. It's like the first 3 are all about God, right? That was
my wittiest quip. If they ever tell stories about me after I'm dead, that one will have to be mentioned. He was okay as a teacher, but he was pretty witty sometimes. And there was one time when he was at an airport with his friend, and they were on their way to a conference, and this woman, and they just
jumped in too. She just said, "Oh, I heard y'all talking." It's like, well, by all means, interrupt.
Yeah. The 7 commandments. You mean?
That was funny. It's like, yeah, I don't really believe in God, but I follow the 10 commandments. It's like, oh, the one about not having any other gods before the one. Like,
so you believe in the 7 commandments?
that was good.